this is Athena's Bibliotheca. Today I will be playing A Reader's Journey to figure out my February TBR. If you've never seen one of my TBR games, I will leave a link below to the first video I did of this where I explain the rules more thoroughly, but I feel like it's pretty self-explanatory, so if you don't want to do that and you just want to continue watching that, that's okay too. Before we do the first rolls of the game, there's a couple things that we need to talk about. First, I will mention that I do indeed now wear glasses, and it is still really weird to me that I wear glasses, and it feels weird, it looks weird. Just so you know, it's pretty obvious that I wear glasses now since I am wearing them. And the next thing is that I want to go over the books that I chose for January. This is the books from January, and if you have watched the January TBR, you might say that some of these look different than what they were before, and I will go over them when I get to them, when I go through them. The first one is Iron Widow, and I chose that for an Aries prompt for hardcover, and I'm actually reading this right now. I'm pretty certain that I'm going to finish it before the end of the month, so that's done. Then there's Heartless, which I chose for a Hera prompt to continue a series, and I did read that. I actually have a vlog that I will link above for you to watch. And then this is where one of the books changes. Originally for this one, it was an Artemis prompt for Animal on the Cover, and I chose Unhinged, and I switched that to Emily Wilde's Map of the Otherlands by Heather Fawcett, and I probably would have put that on there originally if I'd remembered it was coming out in January. And then the next one, I had to choose an ebook, and I chose A Curious Beginning, and I did indeed read that. And then this one, which I have just put a book in for a stand-in, was another one that I changed from the previous one, and before it was Splintered for Artemis prompt for a green cover, and I put in its place One Dark Window instead because I read that. And I didn't read Splinter, that's for sure. And then finally, we have Once Upon a Dream, which is for an Aries prompt to read a book with a Goodreads rating under 3.8, I think. And I didn't read that. So overall, I read the majority of the prompts, except for the last one. Technically, I'm still reading Iron Widow, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to finish it before the end of the month. So I think I did the best I've done since I started doing these TBR games, so win for me. I think that's everything that I needed to talk to you about, so let's go to the first roll. Let's see what the first roll will be. 7. 7. Oh. It's the open book stack. I think it's the first time I've ever landed on one since I did this. For the first roll, I landed on the open book stack, which means that I could choose whichever physical book that I wanted to read. I could choose that for this prompt, which gives you a lot of options. But I'm going to choose Outlander by Diana Gabaldon. And okay, so there's a couple of reasons why I'm choosing this. The first reason I chose this book is because there is a read-along being done for it. So I thought I would join since I have it. And 2, I don't think I will ever get to this book if I don't read it for this read-along. So it's kind of going to be an ultimatum for me that if I don't read it this month, I'm just going to unhaul it. We'll see. But we'll hope that I read it and I adore it. So let's go to the second roll. Now the second roll. 8. An Athena prompt. Buildings on the Cover. For the second roll, we landed on an Athena prompt, and that prompt was a book with buildings on the cover. And so I chose Sal and Gabby Break the Universe by Carlos Hernandez. I don't know much about this story, except that it was a part of Rick Riordan Presents, which means that there's some kind of mythology in it, which is really all I need to know to want to read a book. Plus, I've had this book for a while, probably since it came out. So that's all there is to it. So now go on to the third roll. And the third roll. Another 8. an Aphrodite prompt. And that is LGBT plus rep. So for the third role, I landed on an Aphrodite space, and the prompt I pulled was LGBT plus rep. So I chose the book So This Is Ever After by F.T. Lukens. And to be honest, I don't actually know much about this, except I read from this author before, and I really liked the book that I read from them previously. So I think that this book will be a fun and quick read, and that's all you can really want, right? Plus, I love the cover. And you can always get me to read a book if the cover is pretty. That's just how it is. So now we can go on to the fourth role. The fourth role? For our fourth role. A Poseidon prompt. Set in a faraway place. So for the fourth role, I landed on a Poseidon space, and the prompt that I got from that space was a book that's set in a faraway place. And for this one, I'm actually going to choose a book that is supposed to be coming. I just got the email saying that they shipped it, so hopefully I'll get it soon and can read it. And that is House of Flame and Shadow by Sarah J. Maas, a book that everybody is anticipating. At least you're anticipating it if you enjoy Sarah J. Maas. For one, I chose it because it's fantasy, so automatically a faraway place. So there's that. And two, if you know about the ending of Sky and Breath, you also know that there's more to why the prompt fits for House of Flame and Shadow. And I'm super excited about it. And this is the one I'm 100% positive is going to be read in February out of every book that I've chosen for this list. So that's all I have for that one. So let's go to the fifth role. Oh, fifth role? 8. So close. It's a Hera prompt. And the Hera prompt is buzzword. For the fifth role, I landed on a Hera space and got the prompt for buzzword. And for that, I'm talking about Kayla's Buzzwordathon prompts that she puts out for each month. If you don't know about that, I'll leave a link in the description of the video where she announced this year's buzzwords. February, though, the buzzword was happy birds, and so I decided to choose Yellow Face by R.F. Kuang. I don't know. I feel like yellow is a very happy word, or it is to me. I think happy when I see the word yellow. It feels kind of weird to choose this book for a prompt that has the word happy in it, because I know this is not necessarily a happy story. But I've been wanting to read this book so then I can finish a vlog that I've been working on for quite a while. So I really hope that I get to this in February so I can finish that vlog. And then you'll see my thoughts and opinions in vlog form about this book if I get to it. And now you can see the sixth roll. Let's do our final roll. Now we get the highest number. We only needed one. We made it to Mount Olympus. So obviously the sixth roll got us to Mount Olympus, and so my TBR for February is complete. Okay, I'm just going to go do a little overview of all the books I chose to finish this video off. So these are the books I chose, or what I put in to symbolize the books I chose. So the first space I landed on was a open book stack, which meant I can choose whatever physical book I wanted, and I chose Outlander by Diana Gabaldon. The second space I landed on was an Athena space, which gave me the prompt of buildings on the cover. So I chose Sal and Gabby Break the Universe by Carlos Hernandez. And then for the third space I landed on, it was a Poseidon space, and that was for a faraway place. And so I chose House of Flame and Shadow by Sarah J. Maas. Super excited. The fourth space I landed on was an Aphrodite space, and I got the prompt of LGBT plus rep, and so I chose So This Is Ever After by F.T. Lukens. The fifth space I landed on was a Hera space, and I got the prompt for buzzword, and the buzzword for February was happy words, and so I chose Yellow Face by R.F. Kuang. And those are the books that are on my TBR for February. Now let me put them down before my wrist breaks. So that is the TBR for February. I hope you enjoyed yourself. I hope to see you next week, but I make no promises. Bye.